Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks DIY Garage. Well, in the past and the present, I've been told I talk way too much in a lot of my videos. So in hindsight is 2020 sort of way, I have decided to go back and start revamping some of my older videos. A couple reasons. YouTube is really not paying well right now, and so that'll kind of give me some content that I can put up instead of putting new videos up 3 times a week, because I just can't keep up that kind of content and do the kind of videos I want to do. Okay, without further ado, let's get to it. The 98 GMC Sierra 3500 1 ton. We're doing the front brakes here. The brake pads are shot, so we're going to change those out. So it's fairly easy, and it's about the same on just about every rig there is when it comes to the disc brakes in the front here. So start out, I've already loosened these a little bit because they are a bit tight, and go in here. We got an Allen wrench for these. Some have pins that go in, some have bolts, so it depends on what you have. This is a Allen wrench here, so we're going to loosen these up. Back again here, I got this bolt and this bolt all out. This one's not coming out as well, so we'll probably have to mess with that, but she's still on there pretty good. So I'm going to take this handy dandy C-clamp here, probably not the right tool for the job, but I'm going to carefully on the brakes here slowly push this in so that we can get the piston back in there, and it'll let off some of the pressure. We don't want to do it very quickly. We definitely don't want to do it unevenly, so I'm going to do the top a little bit, and then we'll let her off, and I'm going to come down and do this bottom one here. I know there's a tool for this, but I don't have every tool in the shed. I'm just a homeowner that does some work out of his garage whenever he needs it done on his own rigs. So if there's anything you don't like that I'm doing, don't do it. I am not responsible if you hurt yourself or break something because you do it the way I do. As you can see, I've pushed this back. I took my C-clamp here, and I pushed a little bit here and a little bit here, and I even got it on this lip down here. You don't really want to push on the actual piston here because you could damage it, and you want to do it very slightly. And as you can see, it's now pretty loose. So now we're going to take it off, and just carefully, because you don't want to break this hose here. Obviously, that's where your fluid is. You break that, you get to buy a new one. So then I take it and carefully I turn it up here. On the Chevy it works alright. You don't really need to strap it up or anything. It sits there well. We're not bending or binding or pinching anything here. And if you didn't have that, you'd want to take a piece of this wire tie it up so it stays in one spot and you don't have to worry about it. So when you're pulling these off, they're actually pretty difficult. These little springs here hold them into 2 little holes here and here. There's little balls on the end, as you can see. And basically I just took this, pried them out, and it comes off a lot easier rather than trying to pinch your fingers there. And while I have this old brake pad on here, this is where my handy dandy C-clamp comes back into play. You take this one side off. And yet again, YouTube, if you're not comfortable doing this, don't do it. They do have actual tools that are made for this, but I'm okay with this. I've been doing it this way since I was a baby. So anyway, we're going to set that on there. We're going to make sure we're not pinching any wires, breaking any bolts. We're on the actual piece here. It's just metal, and we're going to slowly, and I mean slowly, bring this back in. I wash my hands. Well, they're pretty washed. Don't want to get grease and oil on your rotors or your brakes. You want to keep those as clean as possible. Here's the brake here. You put them back in the same way. Just takes that, goes in there. That pops right in there. Grab the other one. Now these ones are directional. They have this little squealer. I don't know exactly the exact name for it, but it tells you when your brakes are too low. Mine were going nuts before I did this, so they worked. So you want to make sure they're in the same way. Now these are kind of a pain. They'll bite you real quick. But if you look here, there's a little ball here and a little ball here. They go into these little holes. So just be gentle as you can with it. And a little bit at a time on each side, and they'll pop in. Alright, then when we're done with that, we're going to take this, make sure you rotate it the same way as you did before. I'm actually going to put the bottom in here first, and it might take a little bit of fein dangling, but it should all go in there just like that. And then we'll take these and figure out where the holes are and match it up, start screwing her down, bolt it back up same way as you took it off. It's pretty much just as easy as that. After you're done here, you definitely want to test your brakes, make sure everything's working well before you get on the road. And if you feel that they are real soft, you may need to bleed them. I've found that in most cases, doing it this way, I don't need to bleed my brakes. I'll come back, I'll take some brake clean, I will clean my rotors up here, and we'll be back on the road.
Well, thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.